Right. Okay, so I'm using this Ansible controller machine and also the Ansible host. And let me use them. Today we'll deploy Docker Compose. Right, we have already know, like we already seen how to deploy Docker containers. Now we'll see deploying Docker containers via Docker Compose. Okay, so we'll create a playbook first and we'll see how it works. Okay, this is started. Yeah, let me connect to the controller node. This is the controller node. ANSIBLE minus ping minus I. Are there any files here? This is the Ansible controller node created across. So Ansible minus M inventory. It will not work, right? Why it will not work? Minus M ping minus I inventory. What's missing? Minus I Ansible minus M ping minus I inventory. What it is saying? Okay. Now I just want to do a ping. Let me check. What's the correction thing needed? Do you think anything wrong in this command? Minus EM ping. Okay. The target group name is missing here. We are passing the inventory, maybe AWS EC2. Okay, so group name is missing. In this inventory, the group name would be the plugin name, right? So ping, given the response in the form of pong, it could connect to it, which is good. So also here, which one to is it connecting to? This is the one it should connect to Ansible host 1, which is this 236 one. So 236 one is this one. Okay, fine. I'm just wondering. Yeah, we do have IDRs there. Good. Okay, so we are able to connect to this. Perfect. Now let us create a playbook which will deploy Docker containers through Docker Compose. For this, we'll be working on PHP app, right? So let me go to PHP DB repository. We'll be working on PHP DB code. Let me check for Compose. Okay, let me open it here. Let's open folder, which is so this is the one, right? So here we have seen this part of dev config file, and this is dev config folder, test config folder, where we are working with a Jenkins file to create it. Let us modify this. The Jenkins file, again, it has got 2 stages, like which will build and push the image. This should remain the same. The other one is deploying Docker container using Docker Compose. Only thing is it should deploy. I think we have done this as well, right? But only the thing is Terraform code. Terraform should create the target instance, and this should be deployed via Ansible playbook. That's all. Maybe I don't want to include Terraform now. Let's say I'll have some deploy container, but the focus is to deploy it through the Ansible playbook, right? So let me modify here. Slave, we will get the, we will copy the Ansible folder and put everything over there. And once we copy everything onto the controller machine, everything same like we did for address book, whether it is address book or whatever, it would be the same calling the playbook. So let me just get the branch, get branch all. Get pull origin v2. Let me try pulling it. Make sure you have the correct access. I have multiple repos pointed in here. Origin v2. Okay. Origin v2. Get branch all. Sorry. Git checkout. CI/CD. TF. Ansible. Docker Compose. Right, this is the branch we want to switch to. I have also Terraform code. If you want, you can skip this Terraform code also perfectly fine. But it is exact replica of what we did yesterday. Nothing new. See, if you see the Jenkins file, the last stage is also the replica. Do you see that? We are just using Ansible, copying the Ansible folder over there, right? Again, getting this key from the Jenkins and copying that key as ID RSA. And then onto this controller node calling ansible config.sh. Ansible config.sh would be present in here, which is calling the playbook. And here the thing is, this is your playbook, right? So here, like we install Docker Compose SDK packages, Docker Python packages, we need to install Docker Python packages, right? Install Docker Compose, Docker login, and this is your compose file. In the compose file, even Docker image is parameterized, whereas this is hard-coded because you know the reason we are not changing SQL image very frequently. So this is the flow. Only thing is, see, you have to set up this stage by stage. That's what we did. But you have to do all of them together to understand the flow. See, earlier we used to deploy simply like this. But now with the playbook. Also, Terraform is creating us the EC2 instance. This is the particular variable. So we should SSH using that variable. Where is it? So this is controller machine IP. SSH into this controller machine, and this would be added as an Ansible target, right? That's what we did for the other pipeline as well. Let me cross check this with the GitHub one we did yesterday. The branch name is May 5 Ansible, right? I'll show you. I'm just opening it. Right, this is the one we did yesterday. So again, we have copied the entire Ansible folder and as such into that Ansible controller machine node, and then passing this same script. Only the difference is Ansible config.sh also same. Only the difference is this is calling a separate playbook. It's calling this playbook Docker deploy, where you are parameterizing them. Here also the same. The difference is here also the same, but the difference is this playbook is a little bit different, which is where we have the Docker Compose file added up. That's all. Let me rename this a little bit so that you can identify the difference. Docker Compose deploy. Okay, in that case, Ansible script also should be modified as Docker Compose deploy, right? This is like a new file now. Inventory is good. Ansible is the key. Terraform code, check out the Terraform code. Make sure we added those keys. 8001, 8002, those rules were added. And key name is Ansible. Okay, outputs, variables, main.tf is looking good. Server script. Yeah, here we don't need to install Docker because it's been taken care by. Sorry. It's been taken care by through this. Let me check once. So first script, where were we calling this actually? Yeah, here. So Terraform instance comes with a Docker installed. So we need to call this script, but we don't need to install Docker, right? That's why only Docker Compose might have been installed here. Oh, anyway, playbook is installing Docker and Docker Compose. So even this script need not install this. We don't need this. Am I making sense? Even in yesterday's code also, this playbook is installing and starting Docker. So in that case, in the Terraform script, do we need this? I commented out this, but even installing this is not required. This has been installed on the target in this module. Am I making sense? We don't need to call this user data actual in the target machine. But if you are using target machine for building, then you need it. Am I correct? So here, let me remove this. Okay, also in the main.tf, it shouldn't call. Yeah, see, it's commented out. Okay, let me now add the changes. Minus AM. Before that, we have to modify one more thing. Ansible controller machines IP, right? And the build server where it will build the image. We need two instances. Let's go for it. Let me just stop this. I'll just go with a new one. Terminate this. Let's launch. E2 macro. They are just normal instances. They are not Ansible targets. So AWS. Two instances. Build server or dev server where it will build the image. Controller machine. Here we need to install Ansible. F3 install Ansible. This is the new one is created. I might have used this. That's okay. Let me terminate multiple instances. Let me start Jenkins meanwhile. I have updated both of them. Looking good. Push origin. Let's switch to root. Jenkins. This is address book one, just checking the variables. This is the branch we have pushed it. Let's copy this. Let's go to Jenkins. Pipeline time. Branch name. Let us see. The flow is same. This is the second time, including all the stages. Somehow it failed. First time bill skipping change log. What's there?
AWS configure, I think, access key.
AWS access key ID. Is it not there in the Jenkins credential store? Yeah, it's simply access key. And that's the problem. See, access key should be there. Okay, let me add, change that. And by the way, did we use the same yesterday? Okay, here the key name is access key. Okay, got it. So this should be, this is coming from credential store. And this can be the variable. So let me commit the code, push it. Now let's rerun. Again, the same AWS access key. Ansible stays at the commit message and then access key. What's wrong with this access key? Pipeline. Controller IP, dev IP. Store access key. So the ID should be access key. That's what we used. Oh, okay. It should be simply access key. How come it worked here? Oh, okay. Got the error. It's access key in the credential store, not even AWS access key. Let me check that as well. Secret access key only, not AWS secret access key. Okay, this should be same like you are using in your Jenkins credential store, credentials of. Okay, so Terraform stage started. I should create an instance. Jenkins build server and ANSIBLE target should be created by Terraform. Let's wait for this. Instance created, but somehow it failed. Resource security already exists because I did not clean up yesterday, right? That's the problem. So let me clean up. VPC. Let me clean up everything. Yesterday I did not clean up with Terraform, so there might be some components left. Anyway, we are not creating separate VPC, but separate security group. Yeah, this was there. Okay, there shouldn't be the security group available. I think it can go ahead now. Let me re-trigger. That's the error. And the next stage obviously failed. Let me rerun. So now it created the security group and should create the instance.
Ma'am, you're on mute actually. If you're speaking, you're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So I'm just showing you control. This is the target, Ansible target created by Terraform, where we have two PHP containers, two replicas of PHP forwarded to 8001, 8002, and SQL deployed. And PHP 4 is deployed, not any random image, the image whichever developed here during that run. And if you go to the controller node, this is the controller node. On the controller node, you have you are running this file, Docker Compose playbook. This is an Ansible playbook. So it is available with all the content. Right? This is the controller node, this is the Ansible target, and they were deployed. So this Ansible target is created by Terraform. Now, if you go to this Ansible target, hit this on 8001, you should see page. See, ports were up and everything done by Terraform. 8002 also, because we started two replicas. And if you try to save the data, perfect. On the other replica also, it should try to save the data. Right? Perfect. You can go there and check on all of that we have learned on PHP thing. But yeah, this is the target where you have all of that. If you want to see volume, yes, that's where you. If you want, you can scale out or scale in, or any container is gone, it will take care of. Everything deployed via CI/CD pipeline. Amazing, right? This is the second end-to-end pipeline on the second project. First project is address book one, where we created CI/CD yesterday. This is the second project, PHP DB1, a microservice application. CI/CD on that part. complete end-to-end pipeline. Any questions? So this is the playbook being called. Okay, this is the script. Just digging in deep. ANSIBLE. This is the script. In this script, we are installing Boto 3 because it's a new Ansible server, configuring AWS credentials, providing proper permissions for ID RSA, checking the inventory, running the playbook. So calling this Docker deploy playbook and passing Docker image as the fourth variable to the script. I mean, positional parameter 4, which is this one. Third one is Docker registry password. Finally, you got your containers deployed on the target. Right? And that's why, like, in the output also, we are running that inventory just to see all the output. That's the reason we see this, because we are running inventory command. And then the playbook command. So it shows all the task execution. Any questions? This completes Ansible Terraform, and we have to get started with the monitoring tool Prometheus. Any questions from anyone in this part? Any confusions? Any flow you missed?
Are we going to do that EKS part as well?
EK's part?
Yeah. I think we did Kubernetes, right? But
Hmm.
after that, we started Terraform and
Ah,
EKS, right?
we
That
will
is that
we
needs
will
to
do
be covered, right? Yeah. Okay.
that. All right, then I think we can start Prometheus tomorrow. Prometheus for the next day. And we'll
Mhm.
close here. Try to do the hands-on, watch the recording, or do your practice. Like, see, I'm again telling you from the day one till date, right? If you don't do the hands-on, you can't avail the complete benefit from the course. Just learning, okay, you will just know what is what, that's it. But if you do the hands-on, you will really understand what is happening.
Right, ma'am. Actually, due to office and all stuff, daily hands-on is, I mean, I'm not getting a chance to do daily hands-on. So the
Yeah,
only time that I have is a weekend, and that though from last 2 weekends, actually, I've got some more personal work. So
yeah.
That is why. So yeah, hands-on is something that you're always motivating us, but usually, yeah, that's the thing that I wanted to do as well. Maybe
I know the hectic schedule of your working professionals. But yeah, but to avail the maximum benefit when we have the goal of learning something, definitely we should do somehow. In what way you have to plan. But
right.
my point is to avail the maximum benefit from what I'm teaching here, you should put it on, like you should do from your end.
Understood.
Unless doing that, you don't gain maximum. Okay, you know what is what. Okay, you have something like this, you do like this, but how exactly to gain that sort of confidence? What you will do, I don't know, because I definitely understand your point. You are working weekdays, weekends only, you will get time to do other course, other activities, but still, you consider this also on your schedule. This is very important on priority for few months, at least for few months, until you gain some confidence, at least you should do it. Otherwise, what happens? You just listen after the course. You will not definitely get any chance of doing it after completing the course, unless you have a great self motivation. Otherwise, you can't. You don't touch that. Generally, that's what I see from people. They don't get and refer this, and they just feel that okay, course is completed. I did not get it. Not satisfaction. I don't want that from you. I want people to gain the maximum benefit. They should really understand and appreciate what we learned here. We are learning it here, something worthy. Unless you do something, it won't be a fruitful shape. You just
Correct.
will just state that, okay, that's something I learned, but it's vague, I don't have clarity. But why didn't you have get the clarity? Every day, there are people definitely in this batch, there's a very less participants on regular basis. Passive learners are more, but still there are people watching the videos. And in other batches, there are people who come with questions every day. Yesterday, whatever we did, they do and come back. Of course, they have great motivation, or maybe they have the time available for them. Somehow, whoever can manage that have availed the maximum benefits, and I see the confidence in them. I want to see that in everyone. So please adjust, try to accommodate some time so that you would really appreciate these pipelines. I want you to see how these pipelines are amazing, how we are working here. We did something worthy here. It's not just a simple thing. This is how real pipelines would work. But you have to put it on paper, or you have to do the hands-on. So please
Understood.
try to do that, right? I would like everyone to avail the maximum benefits from the course. So just have a look at it, schedule something, plan something. Okay. I think, yeah, if no questions, we can close here, and we will pick up from Prometheus tomorrow. And all right then. Thank you guys. Good
Thank you,
day.
ma'am. Bye.